Hi there, welcome to Jamaica Magazine. So happy you're here with us for another informative half-hour journey. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. Inside, we explore matters important to your health and well-being, smart technologies to prevent and manage fire hazards, and so much more. Please stay with us for the wealth of knowledge to unfold after this important message.
Did you know that reading is for everyone? Whether you're a student, a professional, or simply someone looking to expand your horizons, reading is for you. Reading expands knowledge, improves focus and concentration, enhances vocabulary, and serves to unlock your creativity. So make time for reading every day. Let's make reading a habit for a smarter, healthier, and more successful life. For reading is for everyone.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Monday, July 14, 2025. Thousands of farmers across the southern end of St. Elizabeth are set to benefit from improved water supply following last Friday's groundbreaking for the $26 billion Pedro Plains Irrigation Expansion Project. It will draw from the Black River surface flow to expand irrigation access while boosting agricultural production and climate resilience in the Breadbasket Parish. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the project represents a major investment in national food security and economic growth.
The Pedro Plains Irrigation Expansion Project will bring 4,000 hectares of land, some of Jamaica's most fertile land, under irrigation. It will benefit up to 6,000 farmers and households.
The project will include the construction of a 9-megawatt solar plant, the largest of its kind in the agriculture sector, which will significantly reduce the cost of energy. The irrigation system will cover Mountainside, Barbary Hall, Greenfield, Claremont Park, Flagaman, and Southfield, among other areas in St. Elizabeth. Agro-processing and cold storage facilities will also be put in place. And the Agriculture Minister, Floyd Green, reveals that under the preliminary design component of the project, lands occupied by farmers will be regularized to facilitate the laying of pipes.
As a part of this Pedro Plains irrigation scheme, we are going to ensure that every piece of land that the pipeline goes through, the people will get registered title for free of cost. So we're going to be doing over 1,000 titles.
Approximately 100 of those titles were distributed to farmers at the groundbreaking ceremony. 30 new buses have been added to the fleet of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC following their arrival on Friday. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz was on hand to receive the units, describing the moment as another step forward in the government's commitment to improving public transportation. The new arrivals are among the second batch of 100 buses being imported for the JUTC. They follow the recent addition of 63 compressed natural gas CNG units, with the final 7 buses expected to arrive in August.
These are diesel coach buses, state of the art, that are going to be used for charters, excursions, special express routes, and it is indeed a fantastic day again for JUTC, the Government of Jamaica, but most importantly, the commuters.
The newly arrived buses will be based at the Portmore Depot. 3 of them are specially equipped to serve members of the disabled community.
What they will also do is to enable the Portmore division to use some of the regular city buses that are now being used for premium service to boost the seat numbers on some routes that are heavily traveled by commuters.
Meanwhile, Government is exploring the potential expansion of the Christiana Transport Centre in Manchester to improve the infrastructure for public transport operators and ease congestion in the town. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz recently toured the facility to assess the upgrades needed for its expansion. This comes against the background of calls by public passenger vehicle PPV operators for improved infrastructure at the transport centre.
My understanding is that the municipal corporation did a plan in relation to expanding the park, improving the facilities, which was submitted to the Ministry of Local Government. I've requested the municipal corporation to send me a copy of it to the Transport Ministry so we can see how we can collaborate to make this a reality. The fact of the matter is that joining it and expanding it to meet the bypass will do a world of difference for the congestion and for the transport operators.
The minister also announced that the transport centre would be renamed in honour of the outgoing Member of Parliament, Audley Shaw.
We will be renaming this park transport centre under, or should I say, in the honour of Audley Shaw, and therefore it has to be done in the right and proper way to recognise his service and give the people that better facility to operate out of.
70 households in Prospect, Manchester are now beneficiaries of the government's Rural Electrification and House Wiring Programme, which is being implemented island-wide at a cost of $2 billion. During a recent tour of the community, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz announced that utility poles had been energised and were awaiting meter installation.
So I look forward to energising within 2 weeks so that the people will actually have the current and the light in their house. All we ask you to do is to stay on the grid and pay your bill so that you can be legitimate and you can live a normal life.
The House Wiring and Regularization Program is a joint initiative of the Government of Jamaica and the Jamaica Public Service Company aimed at improving access to safe and reliable electricity for underserved and vulnerable communities. Households receive free internal wiring, certified by the Government Electrical Regulator GER, and are connected to the national grid. Minister Vaz is assuring residents in other communities that the program is being rolled out in stages across the island.
For those other communities, we will get to you. There's a lot of work that has been done already, and there's a lot more assessments that need to be done. So the communities that have not been visited as yet, help is on the way.
Cassava farmers in St. Thomas will soon receive official land leases to help them expand their farming operations and invest more confidently in agriculture. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Floyd Green made the announcement during the recent St. Thomas Agricultural Show in Morant Bay. He explained that the Sugar Company of Jamaica, SCJ, was working to sort out the paperwork to formalize land arrangements for the farmers.
The SCJ is now working to regularize them, and the cassava growers are going to get leases for the lands that they plant on so that they can expand their investment in agriculture. St. Thomas is among the leaders in Jamaica in relation to cassava production. In fact, last year we harvested over 120 hectares of cassava, engaging over 180 farmers. And this is despite them having a tough year with Hurricane Beryl, Tropical Storm Raphael. The St. Thomas cassava farmers continue to do extremely well.
And finally, major rehabilitation work on the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James is just about 60% complete. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton gave the update while touring the site recently.
I think that the timelines around first quarter next year, give or take a month or two, are realistic timelines as of now. And I think that the staff here at Cornwall and the community who have been exposed, we have been doing tours, are happy or satisfied with the progress that is being made.
Dr. Tufton asserts that both Cornwall Regional and the adjoining Western Child and Adolescent Hospital, which is also in its final phase of completion, will be modern, high-tech health facilities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Preventing heart attacks and strokes starts with simple routine steps in our daily lives. Stay active. Aim for at least 30 minutes of exercise each day. Eat a balanced diet with more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and avoid foods high in salts, sugar, and fats. Maintain a healthy weight and avoid smoking. Manage your stress, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and get regular checkups with your doctor.
Significant capital expenditures being made to upgrade and transform hospitals across the island as the government continues its push to modernize the public health system. We are turning the pages of Jamaica Magazine now for a glimpse of how the new Spanish Town Hospital will look when completed.
The redevelopment of the 430-bed Spanish Town Hospital is moving forward. It will include the construction of a new state-of-the-art 6-story facility spanning more than 17,000 square meters. 5.5 billion Jamaican dollars is being spent on the project.
The Government of Jamaica is determined to transform the health system for patients and their families. Critical for health staff to motivate them and to get their best output. This health system strengthening program was designed to do just that.
Redevelopment of the Spanish Town Hospital is being implemented by the Government of Jamaica under the Health System Strengthening Program. It is benefiting from financial support from the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and European Union, as well as the government's coffers.
Because we have built the economy on strong footing, putting in the necessary fiscal buffers, making sure that we manage expenditure, we have been able to reduce our debt servicing, so that we have more money to spend on the things that matter to you. Today is a perfect example of what a good economy delivers for its citizens. This government has managed your fiscal affairs, your revenues, the taxes that you pay, whether it is GCT, property tax, whatever tax. We have managed it in such a way that today, from our budget, we can say we will allocate $87 million from our budget. So yes, we do get some grants. Yes, we have to borrow. Still our responsibility, we're going to pay it back. But the greater part of this investment comes from the productivity of the Jamaican people.
The new building will boast an accident and emergency wing on its ground floor, alongside an ambulance bay, triage and consultation rooms, and lounge areas for medical staff. The ground floor will also have a radiology department equipped with MRI, X-ray, and CT scan rooms, among other diagnostic services. It will also accommodate outpatient services, an endoscopy unit, surgical suite, and an intensive care unit. The new structure will also include 6 operating theaters with all the necessary services. There are to be multiple general and special wards, including isolation rooms, and a separate wing for laboratory services, including immunology, hematology, serology labs, and blood collection center.
Dear adventure seeker, let Jamaica be your playground of exploration. If you're a thrill seeker, paragliding might just be your fit. Or if you're a nature lover, go for a hike and explore the beautiful flora and fauna. If you're someone looking to break a sweat, grab your bicycle and go for a ride. Discover the adventures that await you in Jamaica. Your perfect escape is just around the corner.
Disasters do happen, but in the case of fires, they are largely preventable, or we can at least lessen the impact. The key is to plan and put safety measures in place. Up next, we learn about some devices and technology to help us prevent and mitigate against fire hazards.
The Jamaica Fire Brigade, JFB, is urging the public to invest in fire-smart technology. As technology advances, there is an increased emphasis on how individuals can utilize these innovations to create safer environments. Employing technology in fire safety not only enhances security, but also significantly reduces the risk of human error.
It allows for functions such as automated equipment monitoring for electrical and other faults to be automated. So it can man your electrical outlet and it can tell you when there's a spike in the energy or an increase in your voltage, and it can shut the system down if it detects the power is above what is required, and that can prevent fire from occurring. It reduces the need for human intervention, which facilitate by the approaches of the uses of digital technology and reduce the life exposure to unsafe conditions.
The brigade also recommends integrating fire safety systems into existing home security setups at an affordable cost.
It's something that we want to encourage people to do, because when you look at the value of what you have in your homes, spending less than 50 or less than $100 to protect that value makes sense. When you have that fridge in your house that you pay over $700,000 for, you have that TV that you spend over $100,000 for, you have your stove and all of these things. When you have these things in your house, you can protect them. Most of these smoke detectors that you can use in your home cost less than $15 per one, and we're talking about smoke detectors which have testing capabilities.
Here are some fire smart systems to consider. 1. Smart fire extinguishers.
And you might be saying, how can a fire extinguisher be smart? The fire extinguishers that they're making these days, which are smart, if you remove the fire extinguisher from the stand, it automatically triggers the fire alarm system.
2. Smart outlet.
Devices that you must run 24 hours at your home, we recommend that you get them connected to a smart outlet. What the smart outlet does, it allows you to be able to turn off the outlet remotely. So if something happens and you need to turn that outlet off, you can just go on your phone and you can turn the outlet off.
3. Smart home hub and assistance.
So what we're saying, most of the first aid firefighting appliances that we're talking about now, you can connect them to your smart hub. So if you have a camera system and you connect it to Alexa, Siri, Google Home, the one hub can monitor these, because the way they make them, they are compatible with the major hubs that you have. So you can have one means of monitoring these smart devices, so you don't have to be going into different apps.
4. Smart fire alarm system.
These systems offer advanced fire detection capabilities, integrating smoke, heat, gas sensors with real-time monitoring. They can send alerts to building managers. So if you're running a commercial complex, you can tie these to your security company who manage or who monitor your premises for alert.
By investing in these technologies, individuals and businesses can significantly enhance their fire safety measures and protect their valuable assets. Don't forget, though, that in the event of a fire, it is crucial to contact emergency services immediately at 112 or 119. According to the Jamaica Public Service Company, the average cost of electricity is $65 per kilowatt hour. Now, the television, it's a comfort appliance for many households, but if left on for long periods, it can quietly drive up your electricity bill. A 35-inch LCD LED TV used for 12 hours a day consumes about 29 kilowatt hours. That's roughly $1,885 per month. A 35-inch plasma TV used the same way eats up 66 kilowatt hours monthly, costing you about $3,960. And for those bigger screens, a 50-inch LCD LED TV on for 12 hours daily costs around $3,510 per month. But a 50-inch plasma TV, that'll burn through 108 kilowatt hours, costing a whopping $7,020 per month just to keep it on. For our energy tip, turn off your TV when not in use and consider switching to energy-efficient models like LED TVs. Every hour saved adds up on your bill.
In the few remaining minutes of the magazine, we'll provide you with a guide to achieve good financial health with tips to reduce debt, budget, and save towards your goals.
Financial planning isn't just about making smart choices. It's about being disciplined, committed, and consistently working towards your long-term goals. By setting clear objectives and crafting a thoughtful plan, you can achieve financial stability faster than you might think. But before rushing into decisions, the first step is finding the right advisor who can provide expert guidance on making informed choices. So, what should you do during this financial planning process?
You need to build an emergency fund. You need to also have retirement planning, and you need to also have critical illness planning in the event of any emergency. So let's take some time to go through a few items. For your emergency fund, you want to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 months of your monthly expense saved. One of the best ways to do that is to automate your savings. So if it is that you make X per month, you set aside a percentage of your income for savings, at least 10 to 15%. And then you set up a standing order with your bank or salary deduction with your workplace. So that is automated. Now, once you have achieved your goal of your emergency fund, and remember this is emergency, not for trips, not for partying, in the event of an emergency. The next thing you want to address are your high interest rate debts. Start first by looking at your credit cards. If your minimum payment is $10,000 and within your budget you can pay 15 or 20, aggressively pay it down so that you'll get rid of it in a short period of time. Then look at your hire purchase agreements with your financial places or your places that you buy furniture and stuff from. Let's say you take out a washing machine. When you calculate your interest that you're paying back over time, you're paying for that unit maybe 2 or 3 times. So really what you want to do is aggressively pay off your principal. Once you've comfortably secured all of that, then the next thing you want to do is income protection. What most persons don't think about is, what happens if I'm not able to earn? You make X per month, but then you get a critical illness, a heart attack, stroke, in worst case scenario, cancer. At best, your workplace will give you your pay for at least a month or 2. Then they'll give you compassionate leave. After that, all the bills are on you. And that's what really drives most of us home. So you really want to safeguard that with a critical illness plan. What that does is, in the event of any form of illness or any emergency, a lump sum is paid out directly to you. Once you've covered your income protection, now you need to set aside goals that you're saving towards. Whether it's to purchase a home, whether it's educational fund if you have a child, or whether it's retirement, which is long-term savings. Now, your approach to savings is multifaceted. You take different approach. One is you can do equities and stocks, which is long-term. I'll encourage that for pension and retirement. You can also contribute to a pension scheme. And if your workplace offers the option for you to contribute maximum contribution, then do that, because pension payments are also tax-free. The next option you have is your bonds, government bonds. You have the opportunity of doing equities or stocks, or in our current climate with the JSE getting more active, we have IPOs that are coming out. So you can listen to different financial reports, and if a company is going to be listed, then it's a good opportunity for you to invest. But do your research first on the company. Make sure you read their prospectus and invest in that. The good thing about these IPOs is that it gives you an opportunity to aggressively increase or multiply your funds. Nothing beats starting a business because you can earn in that current time value of money when you retire. Whereas pensions are good, the thing about pension is that you're paid one set income until your day has come. However, with a business, you have the opportunity to increase your revenue, increase your sales or your offerings in line with inflation or whatever the current value of money is at that time. So the best thing is to start saving for now. Go through, sit down, think about what are the hobbies, things that you like doing and what you can monetize. First, write out all your debts. Write out what your monthly payback is and write out the interest rate. And then start with the snowball effect. Start paying off the smallest one first. Once you clear that, you reallocate those funds to paying off the next one. And once you clear that, you reallocate those funds to paying off the other one until you clear them off. But be aggressive about it and give yourself a specific timeline. It may be tight for a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're clearing up all of these funds that you'll be paying into debt to use as investment.
To recap, financial success demands discipline and consistency. Start by budgeting for living expenses, emergency funds, and savings. And if entrepreneurship is your goal, use your salary to grow your business until it replaces your income. With these tools, be responsible and enjoy the journey to financial success.
It's always beautiful in Jamaica. Everything usually be green and pretty. We have beautiful water. Temperature that is normal temperature, the water never cold. We've been into business for about 13 years. JUSC-COOL, just cool. It's spelled with 3 0. We make 3 different types of pudding. We make potato, we make cornmeal, and we make toto. This is the cornmeal, okay? That's actually almost the last process. What he's gonna do now, he's gonna put a gel on top. Within no time, he has to take it off because the gel give it a nice taste. We have people like Shelley and Fraser came here. We have, you could name the biggest artists, Shabba Ranks, name them all. Being the Man, they all come here and buy their pudding. This is what we grew up on. Now, when the people come to Jamaica, everybody, as soon as they land off the plane, this is where they come. They want to taste this pudding because it's bringing them back to the old days. The long time days when they was kids growing up and they used to sit on the fire and watch their mama or their grandmother bake the pudding. We try not to change off our roots, we try to keep it that way. And not only that, we have a lot of love because we're all about love.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today, but please join us again tomorrow on this station for more news, features, and information you can use to live, work, raise families, do business, and of course, retire in paradise. In the meantime, visit our website, jis.gov.jm for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Till next time, take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.